Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Retro Asylum, and today I want to talk about something. I always like to come up with topics that people just really aren't really talking about, and kind of just dive into stuff like that. So let me take my glasses off because that glare is super annoying when I record videos. But I want to talk about this just kind of briefly, and talk about things. Well, I always say briefly, but I'm going to be talking for a while. But I want to talk about um, a lot of people thinking that uh, there's too many resellers in my area. There's not enough product. People talk about that a lot. And going to my Goodwill really doesn't really have a lot of stuff sometimes. I think some of the stuff, it's just me trying to figure out what other resellers in the area are selling. And it's becoming a problem, I think, a little bit. But that's what I want to talk about in this video, is finding out what other resellers are missing in your area. Now, I talked a little bit briefly in my other videos about what I think in my area is clothing and knickknacks, and I think that I want to start to focus on that a little bit. I've been kind of keeping my eye on some of the things at my local Goodwill about, what people are not picking up, what people are leaving behind. And it seems to be all the things that people talk about on the eBay channels, on YouTube, they pretty much pick up all that stuff. But the stuff they don't talk about is a lot of the stuff that you can make money on. And here's some of the things that I have figured out. Okay, and then also think about this too, is some of the stuff in the retail stores, these people are not picking up because they're like, well, I'm going to get them at Goodwill, or I'm going to get them at a thrift shop, or somewhere else, a yard sale for cheaper. I'm not going to look in the retail stores because I've already got enough product for that. And a good thing for this is that Walmart currently had some hats for sale, and I picked up some hats. And they had hats before on sale, but I didn't have the capital to get it at the time, which kind of really, really made me mad because there were some Bart Simpson hats that Walmart was clearancing out, and they were end up clearancing out. And here's the thing about this. Walmart, and I know Walmart clearance is kind of up in the air because sometimes it's hit or miss, but with clothing items, Walmart is really just a wealth of things to purchase because clothing is so sporadic in that you don't know what people are going to pick up at Walmart. You don't know what they're going to pick up. You don't know what they're not going to buy and what they are going to buy. And the things that are left behind is what Walmart ends up clearancing, or retail stores in general end up clearancing. Is clothing is really, really rough in retail to kind of pinpoint what's going to be left behind. So you always got to kind of look, I think, when you go into these retail stores in the clearance section and clothing, and see, hey, what are people not picking up? The other resellers, are they missing stuff? And I picked up some really cool things the other day, and maybe your Walmart has these. It'd be a good pickup. I think by the time people will probably have picked these up. But I want to talk about this a little bit because this was really, really cool. And this, Rocco's Modern Life. So I picked up, there's two of these hats that I picked up. They were $3 on clearance, selling for about $17.99 plus shipping, and there was a comp for it. Somebody has sold it, but I think they only had two, just like me. So there was only two in the Walmart they had, and two that I found in mine. There was another brand of hat. I'm not going to mention which one it is because some of the things I do think you should kind of keep a close nail on, especially when it comes to retail arbitrage. Kind of keep a close mouth on, because sometimes some people are going to flood the market. And that's the only problem I see with retail, is that Walmart tends to flood the market. And when sometimes some of these things gets purchased massively and then put on eBay, because a lot of retail stuff will go directly to Amazon. And you don't have to worry about the eBay market because a lot of people are all about going from retail to Amazon. But nowadays, there are a lot of people that are looking away from Amazon, and that's all Amazon's fault. And that's a whole other video for a whole other day about Amazon, how they screwed out their FBA customers, and they will probably not ever go back to that. And I think it's their fault. They did that, but that's a whole other video for another day. But anyways, there are some things that people will just do that. But I think we're starting to see the turn for that, and we're getting start to see people getting clothing and stuff from retailers and flipping it to eBay. We're going to start to see that again, and this is one where it's almost $20 from $3. The other ones are not that great, but it's a dollar investment to a with shipping included. With shipping not included, it flips from a dollar to 14. So if you figure out which hat it is, congrats to you. But you better be ready. That's a hint. If you find them. But yeah, like I said, there's a decent amount of things you can find if you just look in the right places. So I guess hats people really aren't looking at in retail situations. So it's something to look out for. And also clothing. I actually was looking for a shirt for myself and found a shirt for my wife. It was Lion King. It was a red shirt. Some of the Lion King stuff has been clearance out at Walmart. So just be on the lookout for that if you're in your Walmart stores. That might be something to pick up to flip. Decent prices, like $3 is what I paid for my wife's shirt. And it was her size, not mine. The other shirt was kind of girlish to me. It was like a gray shirt, and just the graphic was kind of girlish for me, so that's why I didn't really pick that one up. But yeah, it just made me really think about, maybe there's other things I could be looking for, and my mindset has been going that way lately because my Goodwill is just horrible. The toys are horrendous, or the plush is stained. The games are just nothing nobody wants. And some of the games are interesting, but it's like, do you take the gamble that it's a game you haven't seen anybody pick up on YouTube or anything like that? You haven't seen anybody buy them for decent money and show you that you can make money with those games on eBay. It's some of those games you've never heard of that are from like the 70s or 80s, and you just don't know if they have any market. You don't know if all the pieces are there. With all comes a Goodwill, and it's just do you take the chance, kind of thing. And it's it's just getting to the point. And toys are just becoming a major thing, I think, in reselling. And it's hard to just find toys that are going to make you profit and people are going to buy left and right. So, I talked about getting into cards a long time ago, and I was into this trading card kick. For the longest time, I was wanting to buy trading cards because it was fun to me, and there was other aspects I could use it on other channels that I have. I could do that. But when it came down to it, it's not making me any money. It's inflating my inventory numbers, and it still is. But I've grouped a lot of them up together in lots. So it's like 16 card lots for $5. The cards aren't in great shape, but I think at some point somebody's going to come along and they are going to want to buy them. So I do have them there. So if anybody's looking to buy any old trading cards that are kind of cooler, older vintage trading cards, I can't talk. They're there. I put $5 on them. I'll take lower. Of course, somebody makes me an offer, I'm probably going to take it. I really have yet to get offers on, these cards. Really, I've had people buy just straight out the cards, which that's why I think the $5 is kind of reasonable for the amount of cards you get. It's more than a pack you would get, and for the quality of the cards and how old they are, and that's one of the reasons why I want to get into trading cards, because they're really cool. I think it's just a subject matter of the trading cards, but I really am thinking about getting into sports cards just because I know there's a chance, small chance, you could hit something, and it's like gambling. It's just like reselling. You buy packs of cards hoping, to find something that's going to make you a bunch of money. And just like in reselling, you're hoping to run into that item in the thrift store that's going to make you a lot of money. So it's kind of the same. So trying to, diversify everything that I know about. I know about wrestling. I know that cards are valuable at times. You can hit cards. The thing you want to watch out when getting the cards, and this is the biggest thing you can ever come away from any kind of card video that you ever watch. If people are not talking about it, you need to steer clear of that channel, because this is something that's very big in the world of TCG. And TCG, let me explain this to you. It's Pokemon, it's Magic the Gathering, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! These games are highly counterfeited. So you have to be careful when buying packs and loose cards. The biggest thing that I can tell you is if you're going to get into reselling these types of cards, get them from reputable dealers. Get them from, I know some people were like, don't buy them from there, but get them from Target, get it from Walmart, get them from Kmart, get them from Meijer, get them from these places that you know they're going to be the actual cards, and look for hits and nos. But I understand when people are going to badmouth those companies and say, well, they get crappy cards sent there. And honestly, I would say that that's probably 50% right. Because I think you could hit a good card in one of those big box retailers, but for the most part, you're probably all right. But there is a chance that you could hit that. I have heard of people getting major cards from these packs. It's just very, very extremely rare and probably 10 times harder to get them at one of these stores than it would be in an actual gaming store or a sporting cards store. But those are few and far between because they don't make a lot of money. Sporting cards is very, very hard to sell, to make a lot of money. And I think the only way you can make a brick and mortar sporting cards store, and this kind of goes into selling on eBay and stuff too, so it kind of makes sense. So it's good to listen to this information, is that in big cities, you probably could open up a store like that because you'll have multiple amounts of buyers wanting to come and buy gaming cards, sporting cards, memorabilia, and things like that. So it makes sense to have a brick and mortar there. But there's also a market for autographs and things like that, which you can do online. And the things about those is you want to make sure you have a COA. There's so many things online that I would definitely buy and flip to resell, but there's no COA. Something is autographed, but there's no COA, there's no proof of that. It doesn't mean anything if you don't have some kind of COA for that item. It immediately doesn't make me want to buy the product when it's like that. So that's exactly why I steered clear of buying stuff like that before. My son has bought cards from a flea market before, and they were fake. They were really fake, and it was hard to explain to my son that don't trade these to your friends because you could get in trouble because they're not real. And trying to explain that to him and show him the examples, it's kind of rough. And that's the sad part about having kids that like Pokemon, and you go to these flea markets and you're like, oh, they're Pokemon cards. And you have to tell them, though, like, but I don't know. The last time we got some, they were fake. They weren't real. And you have to explain that to them. And it's hard to explain to your kids, to other children, and try and spread that message because all they're going to see is Pokemon. They're not going to understand. And yeah, if you don't care, if you just want, they're going to have the cards, maybe they don't live in an area, they're homeschooled, stuff like that, it's not going to matter. They're not going to, give it to their friends or whatever like that. But I personally don't want to give any money to anybody that I personally know that the cards are real, and that's why, and the flea market is really a major flea market in Indiana. It's Friendship in Indiana is where I got these cards, and it's a major flea market in Indiana. And these people had fake Pokemon cards there, and it really made me want to go, wow, that's so stupid that in this big place that they have fake stuff. And it's like, yeah, I understand. There's going to be stuff like that, but it just puts a downer on everything. But hey, there you go. There's my video for today. Hope you guys take a little bit of knowledge out of this video for Retro Asylum today. I'm trying to come up with new topics to talk about on this channel and other channel. Actually, my main channel is the one suffering because I don't have anything really to talk about. I'm just doing a lot of vlogs lately with that channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content here on Retro Asylum. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'll catch you guys later. If you want me to talk about any other topics concerning eBay, then be ready for that. And I'll catch you guys later. Keep rocking. Keep on selling on eBay. Later.